Hello, my name is Dan Johnson. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the third Ninth Doctor adventure we have in the latest series with Christopher Eccleston and Billie Piper as Rose Tyler. We have had The Last Days of the Powell Estate, which was last time, and before that we had Snare, which must have been back in July or August now. I think August. So it's been quite a while, and our third story is called Dare You. It also takes place on the Powell Estate. A creature is daring people within the Powell Estate to remove their filters and to act on impulsive thoughts. In the opening sequence, for example, a lady smashes her nana's face into a birthday cake. For the Doctor, this thing's huge. It's basically his match because it's removing his filter. At one point, Rose says that there is so much pent-up anger, so much emotion and trauma that the Doctor is suppressing because he's the Doctor. And there's even talk within this story, but I think there's also a bit within the other two, about the idea that because the Doctor is a Time Lord and not human, he is able to process these things slightly differently and be able to withstand more emotional trauma than other people would be. And it goes back to the idea that I really like, which is a way of the Doctor being like a god, and to him we are all so tiny. And showing his alien side more and more is something I'm really enjoying. Rose has a moment that I thought was really lovely as well, and they focus a lot on her relationship with Jackie. And it's lovely to see that being expanded upon because obviously in a time travel show, I mean, there's a lot of soap opera stuff going on within Series 1, but here they can really go into it a lot more and talk about some of the vulnerabilities that Jackie's mum had, the raising a child by herself, the grief of losing her dad and a husband. There is a moment that I just thought was beautiful and really broke my heart, as you only hear one point of view and it's all you need. You don't need those words to be elaborated on. You can kind of interpret it how you like. And I loved that. I thought that was a real stroke of genius. The creature itself is called a Hellion, and it has no relation to Fetty Frox's species from the Interstellar Stone contest. It's just a complete coincidence that they are called the same thing. I thought the performance was really, really good. I thought that they did an amazing job of kind of jumping around in pitch and tone and being silly and childlike, but also being really sinister and very monstrous at the same time. There's a scene when they go to a shop, and when they do, there's some really creative ways of making it scary. And finally, was I satisfied by this release? It is another yes, a definite yes. I have to say I'm getting a little bit bored of the repetitiveness of this range so far. I would love to see a bit more variation. I mean, we've had 3 episodes in the Powell Estate now. They've kind of been along similar lines in what they're facing. It'd be good to get out into the world a little bit more and to have some variation of creatures. But I understand that they're doing an arc, and I find the arc really interesting. There is clearly somebody that came to the door of the shop, because that's a weird thing to include within the script if that's not going anywhere. Rumour has it that this was meant as a 3-part box set rather than a 12-part arc in terms of these 3 stories or variations upon. So even though it's not been announced yet, I'm really hoping that we have change next time. Don't get me wrong, I'm really enjoying these stories, but we are now 6 real world months later. 6 real world months, blimey. And even though I really like what I'm hearing, I would love to see a little bit more variety. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe. Give it a like if you enjoyed it. I have a lot of Big Finish reviews coming out, and of course a very special Christmas video that I am working on at the minute that will come out on Christmas Eve. I of course have the Big Finish roundup of 2025 to do at some point as well in January. And it's all very exciting. I've got an 8th Doctor box set coming out next week, and Cybergene, the War Doctor box set as well, that I may review, I may not. Let me know down in the comments below if you'd like me to do that. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.